get out.
All right, we're going to carry on with the series of meditations that's called the Graduated Path, or the Lamrim Chenmo. That was really originated by a Tibetan Lama called Tsongkhapa, around about 1400. This is the book here. That's a translation of the path, which I've turned into some exercises that Tenzin and I can do. And what we've done in previous videos is we've been working through what we call the 6 perfections: generosity, discipline, patience, joyous perseverance. Now we're moving on to concentration. We'll do some concentration in this video, a bit more in another video, and then wisdom, the 6th perfection, is something we'll do later. Now what Tsongkhapa, and here's a picture of him here, say from around about 1400, he started the it's called the Yellow Hat. You see his yellow hat here, the Yellow Hat sect, or the Gelugpas, which the Dalai Lama is a member of. Now there's lots of things one can meditate on, and Tsongkhapa lists different meditation or concentration objects depending on things one might want to deal with. If he puts it as, if you get, for example, lost in chains of thought, which you want to still, you can meditate on the breath. The breath is a useful concentration object in any case, for a number of reasons. And in fact, when we got into this point in the Lamrim Chenmo, Tenzin and I went back to the breath meditation that we first recorded a few years ago now, Anapanasati, and did the first three quartets of that to get practice in breath meditation. And also walking, the first 3 quartets of walking meditation. He also suggests if you had issues to do with the body, your body or other people's bodies, you could do a body scan. And Tenzin and I had a meditation on that, a body scan, a few years ago, which we put up. So if you feel overly attracted to bodies, your body or other people's bodies, or indeed repulsed or disgusted or upset with bodies, you can do a body scan until you feel more equanimity about bodies, until you just see them as they are. So we have a body scan video from Satipatthana up for that. What we're going to do next video actually is the heaps, so I won't say much more about that now. According to the Buddhist analysis of people, everyone's confused about the self and what it is. That's something we'll be looking at in the next video. In terms of the chain of dependent arising, that's something we went through when we did the Satipatthana videos earlier. So you can look back in some of the videos we've done to look at what that's about. But what we're going to do, maybe just because we find it enjoyable and uplifting and useful to us, is, for the sake of this practice now, is concentrating on kindness. And when you concentrate on any object, naturally you'll be distracted, and this can happen in a couple of ways. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yes. One is excitement. Distraction with strong feelings, pleasant or unpleasant.
So would be an example of that you sometimes have? What might you daydream about when you're...
Minecraft.
Yeah, the computer game you play. Yeah, exactly. And that would be quite pleasant, isn't it? You get lots of pleasant feelings with that, so you get distracted by that. Yes. Okay, carry on.
And 2 is thinking. Losing all alertness so the image is not held clearly.
Yeah, getting a bit drowsy maybe, something like that. Tired.
Practice spotting when excited, and thinking can't bring you. Says
I bring your mind, well spotted,
back to the image.
Yeah.
Practice spotting early until you can spot them that happen.
Yeah, I found that actually quite useful advice from Tsongkhapa. All of these points comes from Tsongkhapa's manual. The thought, how early can I spot some exciting daydream about to happen, or how early can I spot thinking about to happen, was quite useful advice to get me spotting them, so I can concentrate better. So Tsongkhapa gave some specific remedies, and here I'm going through the remedies he actually talks about that you might find useful when you concentrate. So excitement comes about because you think about something pleasurable, and you might be thinking, oh, wouldn't it be great if I were to be doing this? Or you're just thinking about doing it just because it's pleasurable to think about it. So what Tsongkhapa suggests you think about is none of those pleasures will actually be ultimately satisfying to you. Because no matter what you're doing, you're always thinking it could be better. So it's never ultimately satisfying. So bear that in mind, that whatever pleasure you're getting from it, it will come to an end, and even at its peak, it won't be ultimately satisfying. So bring your mind back to this concentration, meditation. What people say, and I've had a little bit of experience with, is when you do concentrate and still your mind for a long time on one object, it can bring about its own pleasure and joy. And then the feeling of sinking, which is actually the one I'm mainly susceptible to. I get a bit drowsy when I'm sitting still, meditating. Tsongkhapa suggests, make the image you're concentrating on bigger, more expansive, brighter. So we're going to do kindness meditations. So one way of doing that is you develop this kindness in yourself. Imagine the kindness expanding out. Imagine people close to you, and how you feeling of kindness toward them, and just friendliness. How you would, if you were to meet that person, you would engage with them in a friendly way. But then expand it out of the house, down the street, further and further out, expanding out further and further and further. So your kindness becomes expansive. Second point to lift you out of sinking or being drowsy is to consider how the meditation helps you, so that you sort of feel delighted in what you're doing. And to help you might think of someone who at least sometimes is a good example of certain good qualities you want to cultivate in yourself. Someone who is joyful, helpful, kind, mindful, family member, friend, teacher, and so on. Another thing he suggests, which might not be obvious, is when you're meditating to analyze the object. So if you're concentrating on your breath, rather than just holding, which you tend to do when you're concentrating, is when you're concentrating, you tend to make the thing you're focusing on sort of finer, stiller, more simple, as your mind completely settles. But if you find yourself beginning drowsy, start to analyze the object. So with breath, think about, what is the quality of the breath? Is it coarse or smooth? Is my breath warm or hot? Where do I feel my breath? Which parts of my body? And so on. So you analyze it. And so you could do the same with kindness. You could try and identify what the feeling of kindness is within you. Where do you feel it? How do you express your kindness? And so on. And then if you're getting really drowsy, you need to wake up. So don't be afraid to sort of stop the concentration and just look around you in all directions. Maybe look upwards, or splash your face with water. Okay, so now we come to the meditation. This is what we've been doing. We've been meditating on kindness for 3 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll ring the bell, and that'll be the start, and then we'll meditate for 3 minutes. So I'll be checking the time, and then I'll ring the bell to indicate the finish of it. All right. And now what we normally do to settle ourselves down is do a little bit of breath meditation first. So maybe we just count the breath 5 times. Do you want to do that? So if you sit in your mindful posture, nice straight back, mouth closed, that's it. And count 5 breaths, and just tell me when you've finished your 5 breaths. So get ready to settle. And tell me when you've done 5 breaths. Yeah, good. Now, generate a feeling of kindness and goodwill in you. It might help you to think of something or someone, a puppy dog or a particular person who stimulates that kindness. However you want to do it, get a lot of kindness going in you. So tell me when you've got You generated a ton of kindness.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, you got it. And then I'll ring the bell when you've got it. Okay. Did you say you got the kindness? Yeah. Good. No. I'll just say the way we sort of built up to 3 minutes by first of all doing a minute, and every 10 seconds I'd tell Tenzin 10 seconds, 20 seconds, so on. And then we went sort of 2 minutes and told him every 20 seconds. 3 minutes, I tell him every 30 seconds. Then every minute, and then until we're doing 3 minutes, Tenzin would and me would sort of sit the 3 minutes and just try and concentrate. So the aim is we'll stop at 3 minutes and move on to another object of concentration next time. But you can concentrate as long as you want, whatever you feel you're getting some benefit from and is stilling your mind and helping you in some way.